I talk with Kelly a lot about this. He's got a very long-standing marriage, and him and Juliet have kind of taken over the world and the mobility stuff.
For sure.
Let me ask you this. What advice do you have out there? There are plenty of people. I'm one of them. We recently divorced. Me and my ex-wife are still best friends. We've made an amazing daughter, but we were better friends than we were ever going to be parents. We're amazing co-parents. But it's one of those things where now I'm so much more in tune with communication in partnerships now. Even with my girlfriend now, it's just I'm so much more interested. We driving down here, I was asking Isaac, I'm like, so what do you and your husband do? They've been together forever too. And I'm very curious and intrigued. Kelly, he has these weekly check-in meetings that they have in the sauna. So they sit there in their sauna, they sit down and say, hey, honey, how am I doing? How are things? I just want to check in with you. I know we're both running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I love that. I literally started installing that the fucking second I got back home. What things do you ever, what kind of tips do you have for guys who are in relationships? And we can all just say, maybe all humans, not just guys, we're flawed communicators. But that's the key. Anything that breaks down business partnership, customers, wife, girlfriend, it's a fucking communication problem.
I mean, it's exactly that, right? So, when Ava first got diagnosed with leukemia, one of the nurses there gave us a recommendation to always keep a date night each week. And at the time, I kind of wanted to go tell her to go whatever herself because I felt like it was a bad omen. This was like the first night she was diagnosed. But it was completely true. Keeping that once a week.
Oh, she said that, guys, while you're here in the hospital, every fucking day, still go have a date night.
Yeah,
even
once
if it's
a week.
Like the cafeteria or
yeah.
something. Okay.
But this was before we found out she was diagnosed with leukemia. So it was kind of like we walked in, and she's like, the woman said verbatim, I've seen a lot of families come through here. The key is for you to keep a date night once a week. And that's all she said, and then kept walking. I'm like, it was like but we didn't even.
Good advice, bad timing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Good advice, bad timing.
Yeah.
So since then, we've kept this once a week kind of date night. Typically, it's Thursday nights. That's a good opportunity to kind of talk about adult things. But you're right. The communication is key in understanding your partner. So I know for Ashley, for example, there's things that I probably do, or there are things that I do that I could do better about. And I actually put up a post about this like a couple weeks ago about this idea of love language. And this sounds super fluffy.
You've done the love language text, right?
Yeah, like having a conversation about your partner about love language. Again, this sounds super fluffy, but you need to realize what language they speak in. So, for example, my wife, she doesn't care about necessarily goods. She doesn't care about touchy-feely. She's not that person. She wants to see it through like actions. Like if I clean the house or if I do something with no expectation in return, she loves that.
Acts of service.
Acts of service. She loves that, right? Whereas with me, like it's not quite the same way, right? I want to get physical or verbal,
words of affirmation or physical touch.
Exactly. So those type of things have helped our relationship because you learn what makes them tick and how you can communicate more effectively. And then once you're on that route and once you're doing the once a week check-ins like Kelly does, they're not quite so formal, but they're just on this date night. Those have been very, very helpful. But I mean, the good news for us, Ash and I, we've definitely been through the ringer for sure. And our relationship came out the other side stronger. So I feel like Ava getting diagnosed with leukemia when both of us were like 29, 30, like sped up our having tough conversations and communicating.
Yeah, it created stickier adhesive. Yeah.
Because you got to have it.
Yeah. Do you guys, do you ever do any kind of couples there? Do you guys have anyone that you talk to, or you guys just rely on just that day-to-day conversation?
No, so like I had a sports therapist for a long time. Ashley, after Ava got sick, she went through some stuff, and so she had a therapist on her own. But we've never like been to like counseling or anything like that. If I thought that it was necessary and if I thought there was something brewing, 100% we'd be open to it. Like our daughter goes to therapy once a month because of just some background that she has. And so we're 100% open to it. It hasn't been an issue because we're communicating on a regular basis.